Good evening. My name is Grant Smith Ellis. Good evening. My name is Grant Smith Ellis. I'm coming to you with breaking news this evening. There has been an assassination attempt at the White House Correspondents Association dinner. There has been an attempt on the life of Mr. President. From what I understand, Mr. President was not hit. The shooter is either in custody or down. I'm going to show you the moments. Hello. There has been an assassination attempt at the White House Correspondents Association dinner. My name is Grant Smith Ellis. It's 9:06 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. It's Saturday, April 25th, 2026. I'm going to show you the moments now where there was an assassination attempt on live national television in front of the world on U.S. President Donald Trump. Mr. President was not hit. I repeat, Mr. President was not hit. I'm going to show you the moments now. Good evening. You're watching the scenes now. There was an attempted assassination just minutes ago at the White House Correspondents' dinner in Washington, D.C. I repeat, there was an attempted assassination. The shooter is either in custody or dead. It is unclear who was shot, where they were shot, when they were shot, what happened, who was shot. It was on live TV in front of the entire world, and something very serious has happened at the White House Correspondents' dinner. There were shots that rang out throughout the ballroom. A bunch of dignitaries were then escorted past. The rest of the press was left down, ducking below their tables. I'm going to show you the moments again right now. There has been an assassination attempt at the White House Correspondents' dinner. Again, there has been an assassination attempt at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. I'm going to show you the moments now. It happened 33 minutes ago, just past 8:35 p.m. Eastern Time. You can see Miss Erica Kirk was there. You can see Mr. President Trump was there. You're about to watch the moments now. There will be no remarks. There was an assassination attempt. You're going to hear the gunshots now. Again, you're going to hear the gunshots now. Five shots, very quickly. Now you can watch just hurried reaction after the 5 shots. At least 5 shots were fired. We do not know who the shots were fired at. We do not know who was shot at. I'm going to take you now to the update. The White House Correspondents Association dinner just went absolutely wild. There was gunfire. The president was evacuated from the head table. Something extremely serious has happened. Immediately after this happened, someone fired a missile at South Tel Aviv, too, which made no sense. And before you say, what are you talking about? Right as that happened, Someone fired a missile at South Tel Aviv. I'm not kidding. South of Ashkelon. Just right as that happened. Something very serious has happened at the Washington, D.C. Hilton at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. You're going to listen to the update now. It's unclear how someone even got a gun into that facility. The president was evacuated. You're going to watch it happen right now. The president was evacuated. You can watch the moments now. It's unclear why someone had a gun in this hotel at this time. It's almost impossible to have a gun in this hotel at this time. It's the most heavily fortified area in the entire Capitol. That's the president talking to the president of the White House Correspondents' Association. I'll jump forward. I'll show you the moment. There's Miss Erica Kirk. And then it happens right here. When she puts her hands up, you're going to hear the shots. About 5 seconds after that. Very fast shooting. And then people just get taken immediately out. That's Secret Service. They let him stay. I'm shocked they let him stay that long. What are they doing? And then they all freak out. And the president's gone. Now I'll take you to the update from the Correspondents' Association. There was just chaos in the room for at least, 20 minutes. Maybe 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. You can kind of see, the feed tried to stay. People are honestly, terrified. This is the whole press corps. They're just terrified. Until eventually the head table tries to return. Let's find out what happened. I think they do eventually give a briefing. The president of the White House Correspondents' Association comes out. So let's see what they have to say.
So, Peter, here's the situation where we are. Just a few minutes ago, Peter, they were telling people to leave through those doors, the doors to the stage right, and many of the reporters are moving towards the doors. And then they came out and made an announcement that they're going to be resuming the program shortly. So it's unclear if the White House Correspondents' Dinner is going to continue. Obviously, all the dignitaries, the president is not here, J.D. Vance is not here, the cabinet secretary is not here. Many of those folks with security personnel have been rushed out of the building. Wei Zhang speaking now.
We have an announcement. I know everyone's going to want as many details as possible, and right now we don't have that, but I can tell you that our program is going to resume momentarily. We will have more details to share also momentarily, but for now, please just be patient as we figure out just how much time it will be, but it shouldn't be that much longer. Thank you very much. Thank you.
What? Just shocking scenes. I mean, America looks like it's in chaos. No, this was not planned. That's the president of the White House Correspondents' Association. There have been shots fired in the mid. Listen, people may say oh, it's just in the area of the hotel. It doesn't matter. There can't be a gun in that building when those people are there. You have to secure the building. They do it weeks in advance, and then especially on the day of, you can't have a gun in that building. You can have a gun if you're a Secret Service agent. You better damn sure make sure you're a Secret Service agent, and you better have a pin on. You can't just, they're all wanted going in there. Do you know what it's like going to an event with the president Have you ever been within like 100 yards of the president? You have to go through security screening. Like if it's like a private event, you have to get a background check. You can't just go in the same room as the president, not to mention the vice president, like the FBI director, like half the cabinet. You can't get a gun in there. Anwar, I agree. I think it was very serious. I think it was lucky in that no one died, but you can't get a gun into that building. You absolutely can't get a gun into that building. It's just, not only is it impossible, but there's no just like a guy got into an argument with another guy in the stairwell of the building and fired a gun. That's not a thing. You can't bring a weapon into that building while those people are there. They secure the perimeter. Excuse me, they secure like 4 blocks around the perimeter. This is not good. You can't have a gun in that building. You cannot. I'm just going to repeat over and over. You cannot have a gun in that building. You can't walk in the door with it. You can't work there and have a gun. You need to be a cop or like a Secret Service agent. Something very bad has happened. We don't know what. I'll show you the moment it happened. There was a shooting on national TV during the White House Correspondents Association dinner, and no one knows the cause. I'm going to get you updates. Expect the internet to struggle for the next few minutes under the load of this. I wasn't even expecting to go live because no bombs had dropped despite Israel bombing in South Lebanon. I was going to take a nap. They have the shooter. They have the shooter in custody. Oh my goodness. We have just had an assassination attempt. They have the shooter. I repeat, they have the shooter. I'm going to show you the moment it happened. Per Secret Service radio, they have the shooter. We don't know who the shooter is. We don't know who he was shooting at. We don't know how he got in there with a gun. They have him, though. I'm going to show you the moments it happened. So they showed it. It's too weird. Bro, it was too weird. They showed Erica Kirk on the screen. Yeah, the shooter is alive. I'm hearing the shooter was taken alive, but that's only per the pool. There's a pool reporter right there sending out wire dispatches. They have the shooter. We don't know who the dude was shooting at. We don't know where he was. We don't know what he had as a weapon. They're not telling us. There is something very serious that has happened. Quite serious. You're going to listen to the moments now. Those were the shots. I'm going to play it again. Those were the shots. I thought Miss Erica Kirk is at the event tonight. Maybe they just look very similar. Maybe they're both there. That was the actual moment. No, they didn't evacuate the room. They just grabbed the VIPs and left the press. It was a crazy situation. They just left the press. The cabinet is literally there. All right. Oh my God. The cabinet is literally there. Wait till you... I have an update from Janine Pirro, the U.S. attorney. She's literally there. We have no idea who just did this. We have no idea why they did it. The programming is going to continue. I'll show you the latest from the president of the White House Correspondents Association. I can't believe they're actually going to continue the programming, but they do intend to do so. So this is what they came on and said just like 2 minutes later.
I'm calling Richard Sullivan. Tell Richard he has to conference in the phone.
Okay. Gotcha.
Just absolute chaos right now. Oh, they've caused, it's like quite literally a terror attack. It's caused chaos in the Capitol. There are men with guns running everywhere. I'm looking at there are just men with guns sprinting around. I've never seen this many men with guns. What are they doing with all those guns? They have a lot of guns. I've never seen that. Let me just show you what happened. They're going to restart.
I know everyone's going to want as many details as possible, and right now we don't have that, but I can tell you.
He's dead. Caitlin Collins said he's dead, but I can't confirm he's dead. I'm hearing he's been captured.
We will have more details to share, also momentarily, but for now, please just be patient.
Oh, he had a big weapon. They killed him. It was a terror attack. Listen to me. It was a terror attack. Listen to me. It was a terror attack on the American press. It was a terror attack. Buffer issues. I understand my job at this moment is to convey to you the best real-time information possible. I'm going to live up to that duty. I'm showing this information for purposes of news reporting. I am a news channel. Just be aware that there's a lot of very big, very, very large guns, and people are firing them, and the man is dead. I believe the man is dead. I'm hearing from Caitlin Collins at what's her name? Yes, Caitlin Collins at CNN that the man is dead. I can't confirm that. I'm not there. The man had a very large capacity weapon is what I'm hearing from initial reports. Please be aware, the entire Washington press corps is in that room. That man was going into that room, from what I understand, with a large capacity weapon, probably some kind of Armalite or other weapon. I cannot identify it yet. And he was stopped dead in his tracks. He didn't get into the room. He got off a few shots and was killed. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing initial reports. I'm telling you, though, that this has caused terror in the nation's capital. Here's the
I'm at the Washington
here's
Hilton.
the Attorney General for the District of Columbia, who was in the building when this happened, Janine Pirro.
I'm at the Washington Hilton. I've been taken out of the main ballroom after the sound of the shots fired. The Secret Service is now in charge of this building, this hotel. I just spoke to Mayor Muriel Bowser. She is on her way, and Chief Jeffrey Carroll is on his way. He will be in charge as soon as he gets here. I'm at the Washington Hilton. I've been taken out of the main ballroom after the sound of the shots fired. The Secret Service is now in charge of this building, this hotel. I just spoke to Mayor Muriel Bowser. She is on her way, and Chief Jeffrey Carroll is on his way. He will be in charge as soon as he gets here.
She's not doing a TikTok. She is standing on her. She's like uploading directly to her phone. Let's see if the dinner is back.
Have a lot of questions. There's a
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was a terror attack. The dinner has not resumed. Let me show you the latest from Wolf Blitzer.
I walked out to simply go to the men's room, but you have to walk up these stairs and walk out, and which I was doing. And as I was walking back towards the door to get back into the...
I wasn't expecting petty. There's been an active shooter at the White House Correspondents Association dinner. Here's Wolf Blitzer on the phone.
After they served the appetizers, I walked out to simply go to the men's room, but you have to walk up these stairs and walk out, and which I was doing. And as I was walking back towards the door to get back into the big area where the event was taking place, all of a sudden, I start hearing gunshots in the hall right near me. And the next thing I knew, a police officer threw me to the ground and was on top of me. And I was listening and watching what was going on, and apparently they got the gunman who had a major weapon there, but it was so worrisome. The noise was so loud in a small area, and all of a sudden I'm seeing gunshots. And then they grab me, the police officers, and they take me back into the men's room where it was safe, and there were about 15 other men who are stuck in there, and they won't let them out. And that's what happened. And then after a while, they let me out, and I'm out now. I'm not back in the ballroom, but everything is apparently closing down. Very scary incident. All of a sudden, a guy with a weapon, and it was a very, very serious weapon, he starts shooting, and I happened to have been a few feet away from him as he was shooting. And of course, the first thing that went through my mind is he trying to shoot me. And I don't think he was trying to shoot me, but I was very close to him as the gunshots were fired. And it was very, very scary, but I'm okay now.
Oh my God.
After they served the appetizers, I walked...
Listen, you need to listen to me. Here's a tweet from someone who was at the building. I left the White House Correspondents' Dinner after having an uneasy feeling. There were no security or bag checks, which I thought was suspicious. Everyone was ushered in and shoved through the doors to make way for Secret Service dogs. Tickets were barely looked at, monitoring the situation and praying everyone was safe. They did it. There were no security or bag checks? What?
To simply go to the men's room, but you have to walk up these stairs and walk out, and which I was doing. And as I was walking back towards the door to get back into the big area where the event was taking place, all of a sudden I start hearing gunshots in the hall right near me. And the next thing I knew, a police officer threw me to the ground and was on top of me. And I was listening.
Here's the latest from the president. Hold on. Here's the latest from the president. This was a... No, listen, the press corps saw him. The press corps saw the guy. They watched him. Here's the latest from President Trump. Quite an evening in D.C. Secret Service and law enforcement did a fantastic job. They acted quickly and bravely. The shooter has been apprehended, and I have recommended that we let the show go on, but will entirely be guided by law enforcement. They will make a decision shortly. Regardless of that decision, the evening will be much different than planned, and we'll just plain have to do it again. He's canceling it. That was a terror attack, and it worked. If you stop a president from speaking, you succeed. That's disgusting. How the hell did they let this happen? This is really bad. We look incredibly weak. This is not the time for this. I can't believe this has happened. How do you let a man with a large capacity firearm within 1,000 yards of the president? Not to mention the vice president, the U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia, half the cabinet. This is absurd. It's absolutely absurd. It's unacceptable and absurd. It makes us look very bad. They can do a better job of protecting their presidents in a country with a budget 1/100th that of the Secret Service. This was not some last-minute trip. They knew he was scheduled to speak. This is outrageous. I can't believe there was no security. How can you do this? Look at these pictures that are coming out. It's going to be very bad. There was terror in that building, and thank God somebody shot him. I don't know if they got the guy or killed him, but if they didn't get him right away, he would have been hunting in that room. It was 5,000 people. I think they just let this happen. I think they were just going to let that guy go in there and slaughter people. Dude, I bet, listen to me, my prediction is that one Secret Service agent with a handgun took that dude out with one shot. I heard the gunfire. It was really, really quick. The guy had clearly pulled a large capacity firearm and was going to spray the room, and somebody shot him immediately. I know what I was listening to. This was inside the room. Yeah, the guy got a few shots off, and then he was killed. He was hit or tackled. Somebody got him right away. I don't know where he was shooting from, who he was shooting at.
And Cheryl Hines. That's already Cheryl Hines. What the hell? I think they're escorting them out, right?
All right, I'm getting reports that they stopped him at the magnometers. I'm getting initial reports that he didn't get... The reason you heard the shots from so far away is he did not get in. I repeat, he did not get into the room. So again, I want to repeat. A man with a very... I believe it was a man. I'll play you... let me just play you the moment it happened, okay? Then I'll play you Wolf Blitzer's report. That is Erica Kirk. The press secretary is also there. Okay, watch. So this was the moment it happened. You can take a listen for yourself. This was the moment of the shots. There was only 4 total shots fired. I can hear them all. Her waving is weird as hell. Dude, it's like, what is she waving at, bruh? Right before the shots, too. Something's odd about this whole thing. Like, why is she waving? It's just a very weird time to wave. She waves and then there's shots almost immediately after. And it's very visible. He only got off 1 shot. No, he got off 1 shot. Listen to that again. He gets off 1 shot. The shooter gets off 1 shot. Listen. Bang. Bang, 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 bang. Okay, I'll tell you exactly what happened. So listen to the rounds again. First shot is the shooter. Bang. The second shots are a 9mm handgun or something similar, like a service weapon. The shooter must have had a long gun or something. He fires 1 bullet, I hear it, and then immediately somebody fires 3 shots and kills him. Probably. I guess the guy lived. I heard he got apprehended. But that was the I heard it. I heard it immediately. You can listen to it again. Some of you with keener ears will hear it better. So, again... Bang, 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 bang. So there were 5 shots fired. The first shot was from a distinct gun, and then somebody hit him 4 times with a service weapon. I'm shocked he lived. Yeah, it was exactly 1 then 4. So the dude got off 1 shot. I don't know who the hell he was aiming for. He had a long gun. He got off 1 shot, and then somebody quadruple tapped him immediately. Somebody basically unleashed their clip on him. I'm shocked he lived. I don't think he's gonna live. When those guys shoot, they don't shoot to disarm. They shoot to kill. He might have lived through the initial barrage of bullets and gotten arrested, but that dude's not gonna live. I can tell you right now, he did not live. 2 double taps or 1 guy firing 4 times. No, it's 1 guy firing 2 times. 1 guy firing 4 times. Unless the second double tap was perfectly, like literally perfectly after the first, the pattern of the shots of the second gun are the same. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably all center mass right here. That was really, really bad. That was a terror attack. You don't understand. You can't do that. That is, First of all, the fact that he got the gun that close, the fact that that camera picked up those shots is a massive security failure. That dude could have easily, yeah, he wasn't sent there to live. He was sent there to go out to hurt people and go out while doing it. And he had an assault weapon, and he got close enough to the president where you could hear the shots on the pool feed. Hey, Yolande, hello, my friend. No, we're applying our rules. Don't make me apply the rules. I'll play it for you again. Here are the shots. He got off one shot, and they killed him instantly. They're not resuming this event. That was a terror attack. What are those people doing in that freaking room? Get out of there. Listen, I need to be very respectful, but why are my colleagues like this? Bro, that was a terror attack. Leave. Leave. Why would you stay? You are cattle. You're sitting duck. Are you trying to send a message that everything's okay? Leave. Leave the area. A man with a gun came and tried to shoot you. Leave the freaking area. What are you doing there? If there's one man, there might be more. Have you considered you should leave? I can't believe I have to be the voice of reason in this. Listen to me, colleagues. Listen to me. Listen to me. You're not proving a point by staying. You're not making any point. Okay? You're not proving that the show goes on. You're not showing we're strong. You're just putting yourself at risk so they can come back there and shoot you again. Leave.
Just about 15 seconds ago, somebody came up, took that seal off the podium. Again, they made the announcement.
No, Sarah, I agree. Sarah, I agree. They're going to follow the instructions of the command, but just looking at them sitting in a room like that where somebody just charged it with an assault weapon, well, more likely like a long gun that fires semi-automatically. My point is, it's outrageous. Why are we doing this? Why can't we get them out in groups? Why are we just having them sit there? Are we trying to just demonstrate normalcy? It's not normal what just happened. People don't just walk up to rooms with 5,000 people in them and start shooting a long gun. I don't mean to be so direct. I got a spike of adrenaline. They're trying to report, that's for sure. They're not gonna. There's no way this event is going to continue. That's crazy. I'll show you some more views from inside the venue. You're about to see a lot of pictures like this coming out. Here was Wolf Blitzer's report. He actually saw the shooter. He was in the bathroom.
After they served the appetizers, I walked out to simply go to the men's room, but you have to walk up these stairs and walk out, and which I was doing. And as I was walking back towards the door to get back into the big area where the event was taking place, all of a sudden, I start hearing gunshots in the hall right near me. And the next thing I knew, a police officer threw me to the ground and was on top of me. And I was.
They have the guy. All right, I have a statement from the Secret Service. Hold on. We'll go back to Wolf Blitzer in a second. I have a statement from the U.S. Secret Service. They have the shooter. We don't know who he was shooting at or why. They have him. Statement from the U.S. Secret Service. The U.S. Secret Service, in coordination with the Metropolitan Police Department, is investigating a shooting incident near the main magnometer screening area at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. The President and the First Lady are safe along all protectees. Okay, there's a typo. Along with all protectees. One individual is in custody. The condition of those involved is not yet known, and law enforcement is actively assessing the situation. What does that even mean? There's a typo in the Secret Service tweet. I don't understand what's going on right now. Let's see. This was with the press secretary before the event.
It'll be funny. It'll be entertaining. There will be some shots fired tonight in the room. So everyone should tune in. It's going to be really great. I'm looking forward to hearing it.
Excuse me?
It'll be funny. It'll be entertaining. There will be some shots fired tonight in the room. So everyone should tune in. It's going to be really great. I'm looking forward to hearing it. It'll be funny. It'll be entertaining. There will be some shots fired tonight in the room. So everyone should tune in. It's going to be really great. I'm looking forward to hearing it.
I love it.
It'll be funny. It'll be entertaining. There will be some shots fired tonight in the room. So everyone should tune in. It's going to be really great. I'm looking forward to hearing it.
I love it.
It'll be funny. It'll be entertaining. There will be some shots fired tonight in the room. So everyone should tune in. It's going to be really great. I'm looking forward to hearing it.
I love it.
It'll be funny. It'll be entertaining. There will be some shots fired tonight in the room. So everyone should tune in. It's going to be really great. I'm looking forward to hearing it.
What? What just happened? Here's video from the moments after it happened.
Where's it coming from? Where's it coming from?
What the fuck?
Crossfire! Look out!
Oh my god.
Watch out! Blue, blue, blue.
Oh, dude. What does blue mean?
Stay down!
What is this?
Where's it coming from? Crossfire!
Holy hell!
Look out! Watch out! Blue, blue, blue.
Oh my god. Oh, this was a terror attack.
Everybody stay down! Stay down!
This was a terror attack. Oh my god. This was a terror attack, most definitely. Alright, you can't actually see the person's body, but this is I'm only going to show you parts of this. The footage is out there. This was a terror attack. Oh my god. That person is not in custody. That person is dead. Oh my god, he got through. Did he get through or not? Is that the entrance or the exit? Alright, so I need to show you this for geolocation purposes. That is not his body there on the right, okay? That is not his body. He's blocked by this guy's shoulder. That is where the man was taken out, right next to the magnetometer. Right there. He just was going to start he just started shooting in the lobby. He got as close as he could. Oh my word. Oh. He almost made it. What the hell? He was just going to storm the thing? They were just going to send a guy in there with a gun and just storm it? Oh, man. Dude, they're brutal. Dude, he is going to unload. As soon as he finds out who did this, he's going to unload. You don't understand. He was waiting for an excuse. Oh, he is going to absolutely... It's a terror attack. No. 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 Alone... You can't. You can't pull a lone... That is what's called a lone wolf attack, not a lone gunman. He charged at a room full of the press and half the dignitaries in the country with a long gun. That's what's called a lone wolf kamikaze attack. Dude, that's a message from somebody. I don't know who. I don't want to know, frankly. But that's a message. It's a terror attack. It's a serious terror attack. They already found him. He's dead. He didn't get captured. They might have put handcuffs on him while he had a pulse, but he's dead. There is no doubt. I heard the 4 shots. They put 4 shots into him center mass. He's dead. No, this is going to be a big story. Every media outlet in the entire world was there. Every one of them. It's the biggest... Listen, he's going to light somebody the fuck up. I'm telling you right now. I just know how he thinks. He's going to claim this was a state-sponsored terror attack and light somebody up. No, they won't do this one as a lone wolf. That's not what a lone wolf is. A lone wolf kind of... It's a lone wolf splinter cell, most likely. That's my immediate analysis. But until we get more information, I'll only say that's my analysis. It has all the hallmark... Okay, so there's a specific kind of terror attack where you just charge at a group of people with a long gun. It's a very specific kind of terror attack. You might see it with like the Kinahan cartel. You might see it with like Boko Haram in Nigeria. You don't see it in Washington, D.C. You, first of all, bro, do you know what this means? It means that dude was able to bring a long gun all the way through like 6 secure perimeters, get into the hotel where half the leadership was, and get within maybe 100 yards of the president, 150. Oh yeah, he goes in. The shooter knows he's not going to live. That's not the point. It's the location, the room. He didn't care who he hit. He wasn't trying to necessarily hit anyone. He just wanted to shoot into. He was going to spray the room. It's not. Here's how these things tend to go. It doesn't tend to be. What's the word? It doesn't tend to be staged. It tends to have a motive. Like one country wants to blame it on another country. Like one person wants to blame it on another person. It's not staged. It has a motive. Everything has a motive. It's calling it staged like misses the forest through the trees. Staged for whose purpose? Of course, someone had to tell him to go do it, but who did? Why did they do it? When did they do it? Who were they actually working for? Did they even know who they were working for? This is wild. This strikes at the heart of America. Like what it does is it strikes at like the safety blanket. It's it should be the most secure space in the United States. It's incredibly concerning. I'll let you listen now to the most shocking footage I've seen. It doesn't show the body, which I'm not going to show.
Where's it coming from? Crossfire! Look out!
Oh, he's dead. He's definitely dead. Oh, he's definitely dead. Oh, he's dead.
Where's it coming from?
There's no way that guy lived.
Look out!
Oh, we're going to get some answers. We are going to get some answers. This was a security failure. Bro, this was a serious terror attack. Probably since 9/11. Not in terms of loss of life, but outside of Vegas, not measuring it by loss of life, by emotional impact, this is probably the most serious terror attack since 9/11. Vegas was very scary. Vegas was very, very scary because of just the manner of it. And I also think that was not really what it was described as. But that's a completely different situation. The psychological terror from Vegas was much more like grotesque, much more localized, just horrifying. This is it. First of all, I think folks have to understand what the White House Correspondents Association dinner is. It's invite only. It's the hottest ticket in town. It's like a convention. All of the media is there. It's the media's thing. It's like they're like gala, whatever you want to call it. Now here's how it works. You get there. They do the presentation of the colors. They do the national anthem. It's like very ceremonial. It started probably with JFK, maybe a little bit later, maybe 60s or 70s. It's been around forever. All right, you go there. The president, until 2012 or something, would always go, and then Mr. President stopped going. It's like the hottest ticket in town. You have to be a news organization to buy a table. And then you can't buy tickets. A news organization has to gift you tickets. It's like a who's who thing. It's the hottest society event in Washington during the calendar year. It works like this. It's a very old-fashioned dinner. You go there, and then you all sit at your tables. There's a head table, like at the top, where you like sit with the president and the guest of honor, and then all like the planning committee's there, and then the head of the White House Correspondents Association is there. You sit there, okay? And the president comes in. They play Hail to the Chief. The president sits down. the White House Correspondents' Dinner opens with the president of the White House Correspondents Association being like, we're going to have dinner now. We're going to have a program. Thank you for being here, Mr. President. Then they eat for like an hour. They sit there and they eat between like what did it start at? 8:15 and 9:15. They eat. It's a dinner. They don't talk during the dinner. They just eat. So this was at like 8:35, halfway through the dinner. All of them are there. It's the big lead up to the program, like where people filter in, and then you have the opportunity to sort of eat your dinner, and then you're going to go and watch the president speak. He hadn't even spoke. That's why this was a terror attack. It was meant to show that the president isn't in control. That's why this was a terror attack. It wasn't meant to kill anyone. It was meant to stop the president from speaking. I got it. It was not meant to kill anyone. I think this was a state-sponsored attack, not designed to kill anyone. It's so complex. It was designed to induce psychological terror in the population, because the American public will think that if that man could do that there in the middle of D.C., where half the leadership is, he could do it anywhere. And then the second more scary part is it was designed to stop Mr. President from speaking. That was a very serious state-sponsored terror attack. People aren't going to understand it because he didn't really kill a lot of people, and we're so sadly in this country used to terror attacks, meaning a lot of death. That's not what this was. No, it was to stop the program. That's a horrifying realization. That's really scary. And they're going to figure it out right away, too. The whole point was to stop Mr. President from speaking. Here's a first-person perspective on the security situation at the room.
Conversation. Something I noticed even before coming into the... was that the security was only outside the ballroom inside.
Breaking. President Trump to deliver a statement in the White House press briefing room. Breaking. President Trump to deliver a statement in the White House press briefing room. Breaking. President Trump to deliver a statement in the White House press briefing room. Per Caroline Levitt, President Trump will deliver a statement in the White House press briefing room now. I don't know what now means. I don't know. I don't know what now means. Mr. President Trump will deliver a briefing in the White House right now. I don't know what now means. I don't know if that means right now. I don't know if that means like tomorrow. I don't know. No, I don't know if that means in 5 minutes. I don't know exactly what's about to happen. Mr. President will be speaking live from the White House like now, right now. I don't know exactly. The shooter is dead. There's no doubt about that. I saw the shooter on the ground. So this is meant to destabilize the U.S. leadership. They're going to attack, aren't they? Oh my God, they're going to do it. If this is Iran, they'll attack right now. No way are they going to do this. That would be a real bad thing. Oh no. All right, I need to get you the feed from the White House. The president will be speaking. The president will be speaking from the briefing room. They need to get over there now. President Trump is going to speak from the White House in 10 minutes. He's going to speak from the White House. I don't know what now means. I don't know what this means. I'm not really sure when he's going to speak. All it says is he's going to speak in the briefing room like now. It doesn't say when. It just says get to the briefing room. So good luck. I'm not in Washington. I can't go to the briefing room. They got to go to the briefing room. This type of thing only happens when it's a serious like emergency. They don't just have a briefing, a spontaneous briefing. All right, President Trump's expected to speak. Let me see who's going to cover it. It's expected to happen like now. This is a national emergency, so I'm invoking my right to take other news channels and figure out what the hell is happening in the interest of public safety. I'm invoking the public safety exemption. I'm doing it.
Education, Robert F. Kennedy, HHS, senators, Reverend Franklin Graham was there. I mean, there were a lot of people whose names everybody knows, that they were all there, and it's the one night a year where people in the media sort of talk to each other and enjoy these people we cover. There's a lot of anticipation going into this one. Of course, the president's not fond of the media. A lot of people in the media aren't fond of the president. So, there's some chatter about that. And of course, obviously, none of us expect this. But I will say, Ed, this was the weird part. There was almost no security. You come in and they say, tickets, you flash a ticket up. You could have gotten one printed last.
All right, let's see. This is what she's talking about. I have video of the security line. This is the security line. Go, dude, they were just letting him go in. Oh, my God. Oh, it's a catastrophic security failure. Oh, no. 10:15 p.m. live at the White House. I will take it. The president will address the nation live. Oh, this is a massive secure. Look at that, dude. They just let them all in. They're lucky people didn't die. Oh, this is insane. You're looking at the only footage I can find of the security. They didn't care at all. There was no freaking security. Oh, dude, if somebody didn't shoot that guy, he was going right into that room. Who was going to stop him? Oh, who's the hero? Somebody was a hero. Somebody found that gun. Oh, wow. I wonder who got... We're going to find out there's a hero out there tonight. Oh, Microdots, how are you, my dear friend? What a hell of a night. Oh, my word. If you're just tuning in, there was a terror attack at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Mr. President Trump addressing the nation from the briefing room at 10:15. I don't think there's going to be a White House Correspondents Association dinner. Whoever was trying to send a message to the United States tonight certainly did so. I'll tell you that right now. Whoever was trying to send the message, whatever message they were trying to send, they've shown that we are not in control. You want to see the moment it happened? I'll show you. This was the moment. You can hear the guy get off one shot and then he's taken out immediately. It's going to happen right here. Took way too long to reach him, I agree. Dude, he was a sitting duck. That's disgusting. How did it take that long to get to him? Dude, look at those guys. They have assault rifles. Look at them. Oh my word. I didn't realize they did this. Look at this. They are on that stage with rifles. They are going to light anyone up who comes close. Oh, I didn't realize this at first. Look at this. So they don't get to Mr. President very quick, but look what they do after. Here's the moment again. It took them 8 seconds to get to him. Oh, that's ridiculous. bullshit. From the first shot, which was at 10, oh my goodness, that took 13 seconds. From the first shot till they got to their protectee, it took 13 seconds. That's freaking outrageous. Outrageous. Look at him. Look at him. He's just he's dumbfounded. Oh my God. Look. Oh my God. Look at that image. Oh. Oh boy. Oh, that's rough. That's really, really, really rough. Look at that. Look, he's just dumbfounded. Look at the president of the White House Correspondents Association. She looks like her life just flashed before her eyes. Melania's like, oh, damn it, not again. Look at her. She's terrified. And then I think that's Caroline Leavitt. It's hard to tell because Caroline Leavitt and Miss Erica Kirk are both there. I think that's Caroline Leavitt. Look at him. Look at his face. It's just like, it's like he's stroking out. He's just like, oh, there's somebody's shooting. Oh, that's not good. Oh, no. Oh, this is humiliating. There's no coincidences. This was on purpose. It was to cut him off from speaking. It was to kind of give him a middle finger. Oh, it was like kneecapping him. Oh my goodness. How did they get someone to do this? Bro, they gotta have like soldiers. Oh, this is not good. This is not good. He doesn't know what. Look at his wife. His wife's like, bro, she knows. She knows. Look at the wife. Look at Melania. Look at the first lady. She's like, she knows that they're she knows it's gunfire. She knows they're sitting ducks, and she knows that where it's coming from. She's the only one, dude. She's trained. Okay, look at these three. She is like looking for help. She's like, help me. She's helpless. She's a figurehead. He doesn't know what the hell's going on, the president. Caroline Leavitt is looking to the head of the White House Press Association for help. The only person in that picture who knows what's going on is Melania Trump. She's looking, look at her eyes. They're laser focused on where the shots were coming from. She knows those are bullets, and she's the only one with a freaking facial expression that shows any correlation to what's actually going on. That's ludicrous. That is the most stunning insight. She's actually smart. Do you understand? Let's see how long it takes her. You want me to play it for you in slow motion? I'll tell you when they all realize. Right there. So they didn't act. My pleasure. Oh, God bless you, pretty. Well, my pleasure, pretty fly. I'm happy to help. You're so kind. I'll tell you. Look at that. She doesn't know what to do. He's baffled from the start, the president. She's looking to the president for help. And he's just like, bro, I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. And then look at the first lady. She's the only one there. She's the only one there who knew what was up. She right away knew, before the Secret Service got there, her eyes were locked on where that gunfire was coming from. She's trained. I wonder what she's trained. She must do training with the Secret Service or something. Or she was trained before this. She's like, she's like constantly alert. Bro, she knew where exactly, look at, her eyes are focused on where that gunfire is. So I don't know that room that they're in, but it's like to the left. It's like to the left towards the door. She knows exactly where it is. She's laser focused on it, and her eyes don't move. Oh, she says something to Donald. Let's see what she says to Mr. President. That's wild. Oh, she said something like, I couldn't tell, like maybe help me. Oh, my word. All right. Mr. President is expected to speak any moment now. This is going to be one of those for the ages.
Very, very...
Mr. President is just stepping up into the briefing room, and he's going to speak. Mr. President is expected to take that podium any minute now. Whoever it is that did this, first of all, Mr. President's going to go out there and just say it. That's his style. There's no waiting. He just goes out there, he demands the intel, and then he tells people. Oh my God! They got him alive. Oh my God, he has a man bun and he's naked. Oh my God, is he alive? No way is he alive. Oh, they got him. He has a man bun. Oh my word. They got him. I think they got him alive. Oh my word. They got him. I'm looking at him on the ground. Who is he? He has a pink bow. He's a dude with a ponytail that's like in a bun. They have him cuffed behind the back, and it looks like he's been shot. And he has a man bun. He's alive, at least when this picture was taken. He definitely has a man bun, and it like has a pink like scrunchie in his hair. He has a man bun. It's a guy. He's like, I don't know, skinny. He's rail thin. He has no like arm fat at all, really. He's very skinny. Well, I guess his arms are a little bigger. It might just be the lighting. But he's very skinny. And he's got, I can't see his face, but he's got like a man bun. I can only describe this as a man bun. I'm not showing this because if he's dead, I'm not going to show his body. He looks alive. He kind of looks like he looks very hurt. He's not bleeding, but he looks very like dead. But he's somehow like conscious. And his arms are behind his back, cuffed like above his back. And then his head's turned like to the right. And he's got like black silky hair that's relatively like kept. It's pulled back very tight so it's out of his face. And then he's got like a man bun. It's like a scrunchie. It's like a pink scrunchie. It's definitely pink, bro. It is 100% pink. He's got like a pink scrunchie in his hair, and then the rest of his hair is like flowing out of the scrunchie onto the floor. It's one of the oddest things I've ever looked at. He's not wearing anything. He's naked in the picture. They have like a aluminum foil tarp over his legs. I don't think he's gonna live. I think they shot him point blank. I have an identity. His name is Cole. This is per Carol Makovitz from the New York Post. The shooter has been identified by the New York Post as 31-year-old Cole Thomas Allen from Torrance, California. He is in custody. I repeat, per the New York Post, the shooter has been identified. This is per Carol Markovitz at the New York Post as Cole Thomas Thomas Allen, Allen, 31 years old, of Torrance, California. He is currently in custody. Oh my goodness! Oh no! Oh no, I have terrible news! Mr. President fell! Oh no! Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. President fell while trying to get off the stage. Oh, this is not good. Mr. President fell down while trying to run.
In the ballroom because they were neutralizing the threat.
Oh, he took he fell flat to the floor. Oh no. Oh no, Mr. President went down. Down goes Mr. President. Oh no. Oh no. He went down. Oh, they had to. Oh God. He just fell down. He just collapsed on the stage. Did he stroke out? What the fuck is going on right now? Oh my God, he just collapsed.
They did appear behind me.
Oh.
Reporting of someone trying to reach the bag.
Oh, that's not good. Oh, dude, he went right down. They couldn't even get him off the stage. He fell down. Oh, no. A Secret Service officer was shot, according to Bear? Oh, no. Bear, it's good to see you. What do you mean a Secret Service officer was shot? Oh, no.
The gunshots were very loud.
Oh, my God. What is happening right now? He fell down?
The bag is, in fact, barred into the ballroom because they were neutralizing the threat.
Oh, my God, he fell down.
Very loud. They did appear behind me, so I think
Oh, no.
someone trying to reach the bag is, in fact, barred into the ballroom because they were neutralizing the threat. The gunshots were very loud. They did appear behind me, so I think that reporting of someone trying to reach the
He's
bag.
about to speak. Mr. President's about to speak. If you want to hear the moment that it happened, I have it for you now. This was the moment. This was the moment, right after she waves. The world is seeing these moments. They were watching for this speech. This was the moment of the gunshots. One more time. Oh my God! Oh my God! You can see Mr. President collapse. Oh, dude, he didn't fall. He collapsed. Oh no! No, he better be able to speak at the White House right now. He better be fully cognizant. They're gonna. Oh, dude, they're watching this. Not this. They watch. Oh, dude, they know what just happened. Oh my word, they're gonna go, huh? Oh no! Listen, let me zoom in on this for you. This is very bad. He fell. He legit collapsed. Look. Look, look, look. I have it for you right here. He collapsed. Oh, no. Oh, fuck. Dude, he didn't fall. He collapsed. Oh, fuck. That is not good. It's zoomed out, so this is the best I can do. He collapsed. Oh, dude. Oh, no. Oh, dude, they did not come to play. Oh, they did not come to play. Oh, oh my word. That's what it looks like when the Secret Service actually responds. Butler was nonsense. Dude, those dudes were standing right there the whole time. You would never know. They like hide under things. They're just there. That's what you're never supposed to see that. Those two dudes don't exist. They don't have birth certificates. They don't have social security numbers. They don't exist. What you are looking at right there is two of the most highly trained federal agents in the entire country who can and would with one hand end your life if you threaten the president of the United States. They could probably do it without even looking if you were a civilian. Notice how chill they are. They have one job: scan the room for threats and take out the threat. When their commander orders them to fall back, they will fall back. All of that was fine. There was no problem with the actual Secret Service response after a certain point. The problem was how long it took them to get to the protectee. It took them 13 seconds. Not appropriate. It took them 13 seconds. He was on a stage. He was a sitting duck. Anyone could have hit him in that 13 seconds. That was outrageous. They are really lucky. Very, very lucky. Mr. President expected to speak at the White House any moment.
And again, their statement doesn't say that any...
I can't say that it would have been. Maybe it wouldn't have been.
That's him.
But this was a pitiful display of...
I will not... I will defer to my colleagues. If they show someone, I assume he's alive, or they've made the judgment that it's acceptable.
Security.
I
Again,
won't
it felt
show
like Dr. Oz
But
was
that's
speaking
what
to
I
them
was
and not
describing
Donald
to you.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we're glad you're safe, and everyone is. Thank you, Rob, for the shooter. Looking at video of this all unfolding, hard to imagine yet again.
Mr. President Trump needs to speak. All right, so Newsmax has shown it, so I will show it. So I'm gonna show it.
Silver foil. Got it? No. Scooch over. It's like right, silver foil. Top of the stairs.
Oh, the internet is taking a beating tonight. The internet is taking a beating. All of these sites are taking a beating. My client is sending data, but I'm watching these sites struggle to deal with the traffic.
Got it?
So I can't promise you everything's going to work perfectly.
Top of the stairs. Got it.
That's the guy. I cannot guarantee everything's going to go smoothly tonight with the amount of people that are trying to watch this. We are waiting for the president to speak.
Situation.
And the President of the United States will be live. You can see at the bottom of the screen there.
To see scrutinizing of my ticket, my identification to be shown. As
every channel is having a lot of trouble right now. We're doing our best.
Many times at the White House and other events, they take a look.
You
at
may
your
notice
ID,
some issues on YouTube. We're doing our best.
This was so
as
lax
streamers,
tonight.
I promise you,
and
we're
I thought,
doing our
wow,
best.
how weird. Like, they asked for my ticket. I pulled it out. I didn't even show them the front of the ticket. They saw the back of the ticket, and they were like, fine,
Comments
I
might not be working.
And, let's think about it. I was surrounded by people who work for CNN. Think what CNN has been spewing for years against blacks. We got seated tonight, and we started to, talk to one another, and we were eating our salad and looking forward to the president. Beautiful Melania Trump, the First Lady, walked out with the president. J.D. Vance was there, our vice president. Every secretary of every major, agency in the government was there. And all of a sudden,
in Munston, I'd love to tell you about that
were heard.
as soon as I
didn't recognize
can.
them as gunfire, but everybody hit the ground. We all hit the ground. I was sitting next to
They are
Chris
called
Ruddy, and he said that was
Devies
gunfire.
by Banjo,
And
but we
I
have to
looked
take
up,
this
and
press
I was just about
conference.
to post this on my social media, and there were special forces, the Secret Service. I'm not sure from which branch of the military,
No, they're just Secret Service, but they are brought in from the highest ranks of the military. They're the best shooters, the best marksmen, the best of the best.
To really run tabletop to tabletop with massive weapons and clearing out the room. I saw Bobby Kennedy being rushed out. President by then was already rushed out. Vice President was rushed out. And there were incredible amounts of Secret Service military that were taking charge of the room. I don't know if they captured whoever was the instigator.
They have.
He
is in
That's great
custody.
news.
There's a report, though, that an officer was shot in a bullet-resistant vest. He's expected to be okay, Carrie. But the shooter is in
that's
custody. We have
heartbreaking.
video of it up right now. The shooter is in custody. Unclear.
I will tell you, I'm sorry, but guys, I walked out, and I walked out as a complete. I'm sorry, he's a fool. Walking out next to Jake Tapper, and I looked at him and I said, "How dare you? You have caused so much division in this country, pushing lies." I said, "You know, we're not going to call it gaslighting anymore. You've lied to the people. How dare you do that?" And I saw so many people from all of these news outlets who've just spread abject lies about President Trump over the years. They're part to blame of this, and I don't mean to get dramatic tonight. But I, as an American mother and an American, I'm tired of it. And I'm tired of the fake news that has just spread nothing but lies, trying to hurt this president, trying to go against the American people. And I couldn't
Jake
sit there
Tapper
silently
was
and walk out
laughing?
next to somebody like a Jake Tapper and act like he's a good guy.
Yeah.
These
Well, how the media, Carrie, to your point, handles this story.
We're
and
waiting
whether
for the
they
president
tell
to
the truth
speak.
about the threats to this president and the dangerous rhetoric.
The
and
press
all that.
is
Your
literally
quick final thought,
sprinting
'cause
to
we're
that
getting
press
closer
room.
to the president coming out.
Well, I hope the president delivers what he was going to deliver tonight, which is probably going to be sharp, poignant, and fun.
Listen, I hope folks understand that the point of this was to stop the president from speaking. He better be on his best. They're testing him. They're going to fire while he's speaking. I know it. I can feel it.
Duties to the American people. I'm always going to do that because I think that as a journalist, you have a duty to tell
When
the
is he-
truth.
all right,
and I'm
when
glad
is he
that
gonna
Newsmax
speak?
is doing
I
that.
bet the
I look
Associated
forward to
Press
seeing what the
is gonna
president.
take it.
I'm
Hold
up
on.
2
I
blocks
just
from
want
the
the
event,
pool
waiting
feed.
for my ride to pick me up. We never had our dinner. We never had the enjoyment of hearing the president speak, but we know that we support him.
Yep.
And
I'm taking the pool feed.
Yep.
Just
And
give
we're
me
glad
the
to say,
damn
Carrie, we're glad
Associated
you're
Press.
safe as well. Thank you, Carrie.
All right,
Lake.
I'm taking the Associated
We'll keep
Press.
this rolling. By the way,
I prefer the pool feed. I don't mind watching when I have to what other stations are reporting for the public interest, but I like pool feeds. And the AP didn't even have a damn pool feed because no one knew this was going on. Now we have the pool feed. All right, you're listening in live to what could be a historic press conference. There was a terror attack at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. There was no security screening required to get in. Oh my dear God. A driver has been held at gunpoint by the DC police. Listen, this is an active situation. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Grant Smith Ellis. You're watching Towel News. It's 10:24 p.m. Eastern U.S. Terror attack time, apparently. It is, 4:24 a.m. in South Africa. It's 5:25 a.m. in Israel. And it's 5:54 a.m. in Tehran, Iran. That would be Sunday, April 26, 2026. There has been a terror attack at the White House Correspondents' Association dinner. It happened just under 2 hours ago at 8:35 p.m. Eastern. A man with a long gun and a pink ponytail and a bun of some kind stormed the White House Correspondents' Association dinner where there was no security present at the time. Guests were basically being waved through the magnometers very quickly without much screening at all. That in turn led to the very shocking scenes. I'm showing you now the latest where DC police have just... Oh goodness. I'm taking you to the latest from the streets of DC where the police are holding a man very angrily at gunpoint right outside the scene of the shooting. I don't know what this is related to or why they're pulling their guns on him. They're very mad. This is about 20 minutes ago. Wow. You can't even drive around in Washington right now. Oh my word. They were going to light her up. She's just a civilian. They were charging her. Those are very serious.
Why is he not fucking
weapons.
driving? away.
Ma'am,
Why is the car not driving away?
Ma'am, when men, okay, I'll answer your question. I know you're under a lot of trauma. When men with long rifles run at you, generally you will freeze. Some people might be able to get over the fight or flight, but do you understand what that weapon would do to that person? That is a weapon, first of all, it's held by a very serious federal officer. Second of all, it's a weapon that's not friendly. It's an angry weapon. You know, some weapons, no weapon is friendly. There are weapons that are more angry than other weapons. That's a weapon that if you're staring down its barrel and you can communicate effectively, you've probably stared down a gun barrel before and lived. Not that I would know anything about that. I'm a towel. Anyway, let's take a look what's going on at the White House. Okay, expect the president now. Any second. He's got it. Listen, this better be the best press conference of his life. There's a lot riding on this. They're going to fire during the press conference if they sense weakness. He better be ready to go. You have to get this right. This isn't really an option. He's got to be just right from the jump on this one. There is going to be some turbulence. As you can imagine, most of the world is up and the internet is taking a beating. We're going to do our best here on Air Towel to avoid any turbulence. If you experience any buffering and you need to refresh, please just do that. You're listening to live coverage following the shocking events where a man with a long gun was shot and apparently shot a Secret Service officer at the White House Correspondents Association dinner tonight, where there was no security, very lax security, where half the dignitaries of Washington, D.C. and the U.S. leadership were there. You're watching Towel News. It's a pleasure to have you with us this evening. The eyes of the country and the world turned to that podium. Mr. President basically collapsed trying to leave the stage. Will he be able to give this speech? What will he say? The world waits. As we await the President of the United States. A shocking terrorist attack at the White House Correspondents Association dinner. No speech from Mr. President Trump will be delivered at the Washington Hilton tonight. Instead, a shocked Washington press corps flees to the press briefing room of the White House, where the cameras of the entire world, no doubt, not to mention all of the nation, which is up. Oh, America is up, I'll tell you that. And the world is up. The eyes of the nation turned to the briefing room. After shots rang out at the White House Correspondents Association dinner just after 8:35 p.m. local time, Washington, D.C., Saturday, April 25th, 2026. The shooter detained after multiple rounds were fired at said shooter. At least one Secret Service officer was hit, wearing a bulletproof vest. The shooter, unclear if he was hit, lived, died, but was arrested and filmed on video alive, at least, with his hands cuffed behind his back. At the top of a staircase right outside the magnetometers at the White House Correspondents Association dinner. This occurred just about 30 minutes into the dinner, which was scheduled to start at 8 o'clock p.m. tonight Eastern at the Washington Hilton. You could call it the apex of the Washington social calendar, an event where the entire American press corps gathers and the foreign press corps. Anyone that is anyone. You can only buy a table if you're a news organization. And then you invite dignitaries like the Secretary of War, the FBI director, the U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia, the Governor of Nevada, the President, the Vice President, etc. The Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, and his wife are there. It's a black tie event. There was no security. They got lax. They didn't want people to wait in line, I guess, so they rushed them in. And someone with a long gun, according to Wolf Blitzer, stormed the event, got within 20 feet, maybe 30, of the ballroom entrance, within literally inches of the magnetometer, which was just outside the door, and got off a shot or two, it's unclear how many, and then was instantly taken down and arrested. Whether that individual lived, who sent them, why they did what they did, no one knows. The individual has been identified as a 31-year-old man from California. Why if he's alive after being shot, it is clear he was shot. It is unclear where he was shot, how many times he was shot. We heard 5 shots. Ladies and gentlemen, we're waiting now for the President of the United States. My pleasure, Blonde Patty. God bless you and welcome to the channel. Tense moments. The president is late.
Is everybody okay?
It's unclear what is going on right now. The President of the United States.
Well, thank you very much. That was very unexpected, but incredibly acted upon by Secret Service and law enforcement. And this was an event dedicated to freedom of speech that was supposed to bring together members of both parties with members of the press. And in a certain way it did, because the fact that they just unified, I saw a room that was just totally unified. It was in one way very beautiful, a very beautiful thing to see. A man charged a security checkpoint armed with multiple weapons, and he was taken down by some very brave members of Secret Service, and they acted very quickly and have just released, for purposes of transparency, clarity, I've ordered it to be put out. You probably have it by now. Put out on Truth and put out on many other platforms. A tape showing the violence of this thug that attacked our Constitution, and also showing how quickly Secret Service and law enforcement acted on our country's behalf. Really did a great job. One officer was shot, but saved by the fact that he was wearing obviously a very good bulletproof vest. He was shot from very close distance with a very powerful gun, and the vest did the job. I just spoke to the officer, and he's doing great. He's in great shape. He is has very high spirits, and we told him we love him and respect him, and he's a very proud guy. He's very proud of what he does, Secret Service agent. And we looked at all of the conditions that took place tonight, and I will say, you know, it's not a particularly secure building. And I didn't want to say this, but this is why we have to have all of the attributes of what we're planning at the White House. It's actually a larger room, and it's much more secure. It's drone-proof, it's bulletproof glass. We need the ballroom. That's why Secret Service, that's why the military are demanding it. They've wanted the ballroom for 150 years for lots of different reasons, but today's a little bit different because today we need levels of security that probably nobody's ever seen before. But everyone owes a tremendous debt of gratitude to the courage of law enforcement, the law enforcement, and working with the D.C. police. And we just spoke with the mayor. And when we're finished, the police chief is going to take over and discuss it also from their viewpoint. But they also performed exactly as they were supposed to. And you see the attacker in different positions, but you also see the attacker totally subdued and under control. So as you know, this is not the first time in the past couple of years that our republic has been attacked by a would-be assassin who sought to kill. In Butler, Pennsylvania, less than 2 years ago, you all know that story. And in Palm Beach, Florida, a few months after that, we came close. We really had, again, we had some great work done by law enforcement. But in light of this evening's events, I ask that all Americans recommit with their hearts in resolving our difference peacefully. We have to resolve our differences. I will say, you had Republicans, Democrats, independents, conservatives, liberals, and progressives. Those words are interchangeable, perhaps, but maybe they're not. But yet everybody in that room, big crowd, record-setting crowd. There was a record-setting group of people. And there was a tremendous amount of love and coming together. I watched, and I was very, very impressed by that. But First Lady and I were taken very well care of, very quickly rushed off the stage. Vice President J.D. Vance, who's here, was likewise beautifully done. He was just saying how quickly everybody acted, law enforcement, Secret Service in particular in this case, but law enforcement. Marco had the same thing. Pete was there. Pete didn't want any help. He didn't want anybody to help him. He doesn't want anybody to help him, but he did get some, didn't you? And I think you also said that it was very impressive. So with that, I'd like to ask Todd Blanche to come up, say a few words, and tell you it's already underway. The man has been captured. They're going to his apartment. I guess he lives in California, and he's a sick person, a very sick person, and we don't want things like this to happen. I think it's very important that I say, though, and I told the representatives of the evening, they did such a beautiful job. It was such a beautiful evening. And again, they're talking about free speech in our Constitution. That's what it's all about, not just White House correspondence. It was really based on free speech in our Constitution. But I said very importantly that we'll do it again within the next 30 days, and we'll make it bigger and better and even nicer. So I just want to thank everybody that was involved. I also want to thank the press, the media. You've been very responsible in your coverage. I will say I've been seeing what's been out. You've been very responsible. So Todd Blanche, I'd like to say a few words, and then we're going to have cash. And then you're going to go on. We can ask, I guess we can take a couple of questions. I want to thank the First Lady that was a rather traumatic experience for her. There was a lot of action taking place up there very quickly. But again, the response time was really incredible. And we're going to reschedule. We're going to do it again. We're not going to let anybody take over our society. We're not going to cancel things out because we can't do that. We wanted to stay tonight. I will tell you, I fought like hell to stay. But it was protocol. They said, please, sir, because they didn't know there was a lot of action going on, and they didn't know, could there be probably a lone shooter, but we'll find out. We'll find out very quickly. They have it very well under control. So I want to thank everybody very much. And Todd Blanche, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Tonight you saw the very worst and the very best of this country. You saw the very worst by the actions of that coward that the president just talked about. But you also saw the very best because you saw law enforcement do exactly what they're supposed to do. And you'll see the videos come out, I expect, very shortly, and you'll see law enforcement do exactly what we want them to do. And so I echo what what President Trump just said, that we are extraordinarily grateful and appreciative of the men and women of law enforcement that did their jobs tonight, including one who was injured. This investigation is ongoing. I expect you will see charges filed shortly. The charges should be self-evident given the conduct, but as you'll hear, there will be multiple charges surrounding the shooting, around the possession of firearms, and anything else that we can get on this guy. The investigation is obviously ongoing and just started. There's federal law enforcement already working on search warrants and doing their job, and I don't want to get ahead of them and don't want to get ahead of the work that they're doing even as we speak. Director Patel and I were just on the crime scene a short while ago, and everybody in this room should rest assured that the Metropolitan Police Department, the FBI, Secret Service, everybody's on the scene doing their job. I know that the police chief is going to give an update from the scene as soon as we're finished here, and I obviously will lead the details of what they have learned to him. But in the meantime, I just want to thank everybody in this room for the courage, and I want to thank President Trump for his words, and I promise you, justice will be served. Thank you, Dr. Patel.
Thank you, General. Thank you, Mr. President. The President's absolutely right. You saw the best resolve of American law enforcement because you, Mr. President, inspire them 24/7, 365. You give them the resources that they need, and they know that you have their back. And that is a changing dynamic in this country, and that's why you saw brave Secret Service agents respond immediately, swiftly, subdue and take down the suspect, and safeguard the lives of thousands of individuals at that hotel. Thanks to our interagency partnership with the Department of Homeland Security and the Metropolitan Police Department, the FBI was rapidly deployed onto the scene, took over the evidence response unit, is examining all the ballistics that were found on scene, to include the long gun and the shell casings. We are conducting witness interviews as we speak. You will hear from our team on the scene there with the mayor and the head of the FBI field division there. But please know what the Attorney General has just said reigns no truer. You saw the very best of America tonight. The very best unite us at a time of uncertainty, because we have leadership here with the President and the Vice President that backs law enforcement, and the men and women that I shook their hands on the scene today could not have been prouder to show up on scene. And as the Attorney General said, make no mistake, we are conducting witness interviews. If you have any information whatsoever related to this event, 1-800-CALL-FBI, 1-800-CALL-FBI. No piece of information is too small. No piece of information is inadequate. We will evaluate it all. We will also be conducting interviews of those that were there. And if any of those individuals have information, please come forward to law enforcement or the FBI or the Metropolitan Police Department. We will be examining this individual's background thoroughly. That process has already started. And we are going to ensure that he was either a lone wolf actor or anyone else that was responsible. We will analyze all evidence immediately to make sure that we safeguard this country. Mr. President, Mr. Vice President, thank you for your leadership, Attorney General and Homeland Secretary Marlin. Thank you for your partnership in law enforcement.
Thank you. Okay, we'll do a couple and then we go to the chair. Madam Chairman, I just want to say you did a fantastic job. What a beautiful evening, and we're going to reschedule. Okay. And after that, it's very tough for her to ask a killer question, right? But you have done a fantastic job. Please.
Mr. President, I appreciate it. As you mentioned, it all happened so quickly, and I wonder, especially because unfortunately you have experience with these sorts of threats, in that moment when you realized there was a threat and service agents were telling us to get down, can you describe what was going through your mind, how you were feeling in that moment?
That's a very good question, actually. It's always shocking when something like this happens. It's happened to me a little bit, and that never changes. The fact, we were sitting right next to each other, the First Lady on my right, and I heard a noise and sort of thought it was a tray. I thought it was a tray going down. I've heard that many times, and it was a pretty loud noise. And it was from quite far away. He hadn't breached the area at all. They really got him. But so it was quite far away, but it was a gun. And some people really understood that pretty quickly. Other people didn't. I was watching to see what was happening. Probably should have gone down even faster. Melania was very cognizant, I think, of what happened. I think she knew immediately what happened. She was saying, that's a bad noise. And we were whisked away along with other people, but we were really whisked away. And again, the performance of the Secret Service and the police, all of the law enforcement, I thought was really good. So it was very quick. There wasn't a lot of time to be thinking because it was a matter of seconds before we were out the door and gone into an area. We very much, and you wanted to too, we very much wanted to continue it because I don't like to let these sick people, these thugs, these horrible, horrible people change the fabric of our life, change the course of what we do. So we held out. You were there. We held out right till the end, but they didn't want to take a chance, and I understand there was protocol. But we're going to be doing one hopefully within the next 30 days or sooner, and I am ready, willing, and able. And I was all set to really rip it. And I said to my people, this would be the most inappropriate speech ever made if I said what. So I'll have to save it. I don't know if I could ever be as rough as I was going to be tonight. I think I'm going to be probably very nice. I'll be very boring the next time, but we're going to have a great event. And you did a fantastic job. Thank you very much. Peter, go ahead.
Thank you, President Trump. There's a report in the New York Post that this assailant assembled his weapon somewhere on site at the hotel. What do you think about that? And I ask respectfully, why do you think this keeps happening to you?
Well, you know, I've studied assassinations, and I must tell you, the most impactful people, the people that do the most, you take a look at the people, Abraham Lincoln, I mean, you go through the people that have gone through this where they got them, but the people that do the most, the people that make the biggest impact, they're the ones that they go after. They don't go after the ones that don't do much because they like it that way. And when you look at the people that have either, whether it was an attempt or a successful attempt, they're very impactful people. Just take a look at the names there, the big names. And I hate to say I'm honored by that, but I've done a lot. We've done a lot. We've taken this country, and we were a laughing stock for years, and now we're the hottest country anywhere in the world. We've changed this country. And there are a lot of people that are not happy about that. So I think that's the answer, Peter.
And after Butler, your team for a while rethought outdoor events.
Yeah.
Do you think that you now need to rethink
No.
indoor?
Well, but then you just don't do events. No, I can't do that. I have to. It is what it is. We have to do it. The room was very, very secure. You know, he charged from 50 yards away, so he was very far away from the room.
And what did you think when you saw the video of how fast he was running?
He was moving. He was really moving. And the reaction time was great. Boy, those guys, they had their guns drawn literally by the time he was there. They were shooting.
That's right.
I thought they were very impressive. And if I didn't, I'd let you know. You know, I'm not going to be, I would not stand for that. No, I thought they were very impressive.
Thank you, President Trump, and thank you for updating the
Thank you.
suspect earlier. Were you aware of any threats? Was your team aware of any threats beforehand? And do you believe you were the target of this tonight?
I guess. I mean, these people they're crazy. They're crazy. And, you know, you never know. He was very far away from me. He had to go through a lot. We had resources all over. We had resources sitting at tables, literally in disguise, sitting maybe at your table, who knows? But we had people all over the room, so he had a long way to go. That was really a first line of defense, and they got him. And they really, you know, they acted incredibly. No, there was no notification. We had no idea. Go ahead,
Do you know
Kevin.
any political motivations from this?
Well, you never know. Now, we'll be able to tell you that maybe by tomorrow or the next day. You know, he's in custody, and they're asking him a lot of questions. I guess they're going over, Todd, and they're already at his apartment. He lives in California.
Yes, sir.
And they're over there, so they'll be able to tell you. Thank you, Caitlin.
President Trump, did the suspect say anything, or was he wearing anything that would allege some type of motive here?
No, I mean, he was a guy who looked pretty evil when he was down. You know, they had him down. He was fighting hard. He was, in my opinion, a sick person. Who would do that but a sick person? But I think you're going to find everything about him. No reason to talk about it now. But tomorrow at this time, long before this time, you're going to know a lot of things about him. They seem to think he was a lone wolf, and I feel that too.
Are you concerned about U.S. Secret Service protection ability? We saw several of the detailees take minutes to be escorted out of the room.
No, they acted very quickly. No, I was very impressed by Secret Service. I mean, I'm the one, and Mark Wayne, you would agree with that, I think. Absolutely. I'm the one that would complain. You don't have to complain for me. I would be complaining. I'd be up here right now saying they didn't do the job. Oh, believe me, because, you know, it's my life, and I want to live because I want to make this country great. That's why I want to live. But when you're impactful, they go after you. When you're not impactful, they leave you alone. Okay, a couple of more. Go ahead, please.
Is there any indication that this shooting could have been linked to the war in Iran?
I don't think so, but you never know. We're going to know a lot. We have the best people in the world working on it, and we're going to know a lot. Please.
Mr. President, there's a lot. You, as well as some of us who have covered Butler, experienced another horrific day 2 years ago.
Yeah.
What felt similar? You know, you had the First Lady with you today. What felt different? And you have another 2+ years in office. Are you concerned about something like this happening
Well, I
again?
can't be concerned. I can only get great people. They did the job, in my opinion, a much better job than Butler. Butler had one weak spot that we all know about. Somebody should have been up there. But even Butler, we had our sniper on our side within 4.2 seconds from a distance of about 400 yards, one shot, and he was gone. And if he didn't do it, now, you know, he's David. His name was David. I say, hello, David, every time I see him. David, I like you very much, David. But
his name is not David, I promise.
He doesn't hit him. And he hit him right between the eyes from 400 yards without any notice. Nobody knew. He heard a sound. He looked over, and there was actually a tree that was somewhat in his way. You know the story very well. And he aimed, he fired. And if he didn't do that, beyond me, you would have had a lot more people killed. We lost one great person and 2 people badly hurt. They're okay now. But no, that was, so in a sense, you know, that was pretty amazing, the job they did. But they did have that one weak spot. As you know, they should have had that covered. Tonight they had everything covered very quickly. And he was fast. He was running full blast, and they got him before they got any further. I was very far away. You know, he hadn't anywhere close to breach the doors of the ballroom. The ballroom was sealed, and everybody in there. That's why once those doors opened, they didn't want to do tonight. If the doors weren't opened, we could have probably done it tonight. But I think we're much better off rescheduling. Yeah, please.
Mr. President, for you and perhaps law enforcement as well, what is the level of confidence that this was a lone actor, and has the suspect made any statements to police while in custody?
Yeah, I think it's just it's not my profession. We have great professionals up here and outside that have been working with.
You are actually the chief law enforcement officer in the country, sir.
My impression is he was a lone wolf, whack job. These are crazy people. And they have to be dealt with. We had that in the second attempt, as you know, and he's spending life in prison. Because if you let him out, they'll probably, you know, if he serves 10 years or 15 years, you let him out, he'll probably try it again with somebody else. They're sick people. We have a lot of sick people. But you're going to know, I think very shortly, you're going to know, Todd, a lot about him. You're going to know a lot about him. Yeah, a couple of more. Yeah, please, go ahead.
Are you concerned about political violence? This could be politically motivated.
All violence. I'm concerned about everything. Look, but I can't be so concerned that you can't function. No, I'm here. It's a dangerous profession. You know, I tell the story. Race car drivers, I think it's very dangerous. So if you take 1% and then take about 10% of 1%, just to break it down very easily, they die. So much less than 1%, 10% of 1%. I think bull riding is very dangerous. If you take about the same, 10% of 1%, much less than 1%. But if you take presidents, it's 5.8%. And about 8% are shot at. So Nobody told me this was such a dangerous profession. If Marco would have told me, maybe I wouldn't have run. Maybe I would have said, I'll take a pass. No, it's a dangerous profession, but I don't view it that way. Look, I'm here to do a job. It's part of the job. It is a dangerous, I can't imagine that there's any profession that's more dangerous. But I love the country, and I'm very proud. I'm very proud of the job we've done. What's happened. We have a great country. We've got, I think, the most successful, the hottest country anywhere in the world. This happened over a period of just a year, and we're going to do great things. But with that come risks. There's no question about it. Yeah.
To that end, I mean, there's been so much political violence, not just aimed at yourself, but at other members of Congress, state house speakers, you name it. Is that just the cost of doing business to do politics in America anymore?
Yeah, well,
what does that say about our country?
Elsewhere too. We're not the only country. You look at this great violence with all countries. I was talking to somebody from another country today, and they have numerous assassinations of political figures all over the world. You look at South America, it's like some of the numbers are just horrific. It's dangerous. It's dangerous stuff, whether it's here or someplace else. No country is immune. No country. Good question.
At this point?
Well, probably if I decided to just not do much, if I let everybody rip us off and take advantage of us. Look, we're leading the world in trade now. We're leading the world in the military. We're the greatest military in the world. I rebuilt it in my first term, and now we use it because we have no choice. We can't let, as an example, Iran, we can't let them get a nuclear weapon. Everything will be peanuts compared to that if they ever were given a nuclear weapon, and they'd use it too. Marco and I were talking about it today. They would use it without even hesitation. We can't do that. It was a shame. I said, oh boy, look at the numbers. We just broke 50,000 in the Dow. We just broke 7,000 in the S&P. They said we couldn't do it in 7 years, in 5 years, 4 years. They were saying maybe in 5 or 6 years. And we did it in 1 year. And I called everybody together. I called all of these people and others, and I said, we have to take a little journey. I seek to do this. We just had the great number. We just broke 50,000. Wasn't supposed to happen during my term. Wasn't reachable. We did it in 1 year, and I said, we're going to have to make a journey to Iran. They're going to have a nuclear weapon if we don't do it. We had the B-2 bombers take them out. I terminated in the first term the Obama agreement, the Iran nuclear agreement, which was a disaster. That was a road to a nuclear weapon. They would have used it. They would have used it 100%. So, when you do things like that, you become a target. If I wasn't doing that, I guess I'd be a lot less of a target. But I'm honored to be. Okay, one more question. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you, President Trump. Thank you, President Trump. Do you know how the gun was brought into the hotel? And also, how does this event impact you as the leader of our country? Do you think it will change your
I
leadership?
like not to think about it. I lead a pretty normal life, considering it's a dangerous life. I think I handle it as well as it can be handled. I think a lot of other people, you read stories where they become basket cases. To be honest with you, I'm not a basket case. I really take it as it is. I do it for the country. I'm not doing it for any other reason. I have a first lady who's doing a terrific job. She loves the country, and she recognizes it better than anybody. She's told me numerous times. She said, you are in a dangerous job. But that goes along with her, too. I mean, it's dangerous for her, too. We sat there tonight. We heard that noise, and it was either a tray or a bullet. I was hoping it was a tray, but it wasn't. And again, we had some very brave people doing a great job, so we're very proud of them and happy with them. I just want to thank everybody. They will be able to give you all that information as to the names and everything else. I think we released the names already. Most of you would have it, but his name. We appreciate it. I see so many tuxedos and beautiful dresses. It was a little different evening than we thought, but we're going to do it again, and we have a great chairman who we're so proud of, and we have to make it better. We'll make it safer, I guess, right? But we're going to make it even better. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
About how impactful this was. Can we hear from her about?
Well, honey, would you want to say something?
Okay.
Oh, let her say something.
One in the back, sir.
Go ahead. He lost
Many of the
control.
people across the globe, in fact, are watching you. You demonstrated courageous leadership, and thank God you're alive. All of us are alive today. What is the message that you want to give to the world that this should change? What corrective measures can we take from here on? So.
Well, all you can do, look, I don't care how many people you have, how good they are. They can be the greatest people. You have the greatest security in history. If you have a whack job who's got a brain, but it's a little bit distorted or a lot distorted, they can make trouble. I would say, Pete, right? You know, they can make trouble. Some of these people are of genius level IQ, and they're nuts. So it can be trouble. So you do absolutely the best. You get the best. We have the best people. Well, look, it was proven tonight. He started running from 50 yards, and he was fast. He was like a blur on tape. He was moving. It was very impressive the way they got him, because a lot of people would be looking and saying, you know, it's like a weird feeling, and they would let him get through, but they didn't let him get through. They drew those guns so fast. They looked like Matt Dillon. They looked like somebody that knew what they were doing. We really do, but it comes with the territory. And if you want to do a great job, I really believe that. And you take a look at what's happened to some of our greatest presidents, and it doesn't happen to people that don't do anything. And it's not going to deter me from winning the war in Iran. I don't know if that had anything to do with it. I really don't think so, based on what we know. But we're going to continue to do a great job. That's all I can do. Thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Glad you're okay.
Well, that was strange. Hello, Translator Tell. Hello, T.A. Sarah. Hello, Tiffany Bob, Dee Thames, Miss Clutch. Hello, Dim. Hello, Lavender and Rose. Hello, Lolly. Yeah, so, you know, I'm a towel. I do my best to give you the live feed and the information as it happens in real time. Thank you very much for tuning in to Towel News. That was a hell of a night. I'll show you a little bit of recap. Nobody was hurt. Somehow, there was a major terrorist attack in the middle of the world's press with all the dignitaries there. Just look at some of these images that are going to be across every paper tomorrow. You'll see them here first. Free speech lives without Nightbot. Is Nightbot gone? Is Nightbot overwhelmed? Has he gone on strike? Did Nightbot just say, that's it? No, Nightbot is alive. Hashtag Nightbot lives. Alright. You know what we need. I know what we need. Good night. You sleep well, Pretty Fly. I am so glad that no one was killed. Somehow even the shooter is alive. You know what we need? I think we just need we need a little tribute to America. All right, that was a tough night. That was really tough. So I think we need a tribute to America. Everybody loves America. Here we go.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, God shed His grace on thee. His grace on
No, you can say it.
crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Oh, beautiful for heroes prove in liberating strife. to shining
And then I'm going to bed. Nobody died, thank God.
Beautiful America.
I got one more.
Yeah. Beautiful America.
Song. Perfect way to end. Somehow nobody died. Save the goats. Save the goats. God bless you. Water in the fridge. God bless America. Thank God nobody died. We can all go to bed. They'll charge the guy, but nobody died. Somebody rushed the president's motorcade. That was not a smart decision. What a crazy person. She rushed the motorcade after the shooting. My country is defined by crazy people. Why would you, bro, you rush the motorcade? Arrest her. Then they do arrest her, I assure you. What? Dear God, my country has gone insane. That's it. That's it. The Iranians have driven us insane. It's the same hotel where Reagan got shot. A lot of thoughts looking at that image of that shoe right there. A lot of thoughts. Not all of them positive. If America has fallen, it's represented in that gilded shoe laying on a somewhat unkept, very industrial rug. There's one song I would really like to play. I really would like one specific version of it by, Dire Straits. But I don't think they're going to give me that version. I don't think they're going to give me it. I really want the Dire Straits version, but they're not going to give me it. All right? So we'll try one that's not that version. It's got to be the full song, though. It's got to be done right. Alright, let's try this one. This is how we'll end. No. I need the actual song, please. Nope. Needs to be a lot more. Why does no one do a good cover? Yes, this is how it should be.
Call to the colors, we travel together.
Why does no one do a good cover of Dire Straits' Brothers in Arms? Why is this so impossible to find? I'm just gonna go to bed, I'm tired. And no one died somehow. And this is very nice. But it's not what I want. I'm exhausted. I can't believe no one died in that attack. Just want one version of this song. I'm never gonna be allowed to listen to it.
These mist-covered mountains,
close enough,
are home now for me. But my home is the lowlands, and always will be. Someday you'll return to your valleys and your farms, and you'll no longer burn to be brothers in arms. Baptisms of fire, I've witnessed your suffering as the battle raged higher. And though they did hurt me so bad, in the fear and the alarms, you did not deserve me, my brothers in arms. So many different worlds, so many different suns, and we have just one world, but we live in different ones. Now the sun's gone to hell, and the moon's riding high. Let me bid you farewell. Every man has to die, but it's written in the stars.
All right. All right. You don't gotta go home, but you can't stay here. Nobody died. No bombs fell. Good night in America. You don't gotta go home, but you can't stay here.
Closing time, open all the doors and let you out into the world. Closing time, turn all of the lights on over every boy.
Oh, Tripoli Bob, I won't forget about you.
Closing time.
I'll do Tippecanoe. I won't forget about you.
So finish your whiskey, oh baby.
We'll do our traditional clothing.
Closing time.
Towel girlfriend
You don't
is
have
one.
to go home, but you can't stay here. I know who I want to take me home. I know who I want to take me home.
You'll get your Tippecanoe, don't worry.
I want to take me home. Take me home. Closing time, time for you to go out to the places you will be from. Closing time, this room won't be open till your brothers or your sisters come. So gather up your jackets, move it to the exit. I hope you have found a friend. Closing time, every new beginning comes from some other beginnings. And yeah, I know who I want to take me home. I know who I want to take me home. I know who I want to take me home. Take me home. Closing time, time for you to go out to the places you will be from. I know who I want to take me home. I know who I want to take me home. I know who I want to take me home. Take me home. I know who I want to take me home. I know who I want to take me home. I know who I want to take me home. Take me home. I know who I want to take me home. I know who I want to take me home. I know who I want to take me home. Take me home. Closing time. Every new beginning comes from some other beginnings.
We don't use people's sexual orientation, whether it's yours or somebody else's, as an insult. We're not 12. I remember my first day on the internet. What was your first news group? Did you ever download an NZB? Welcome to the channel. Oh, you're gone. That was short-lived. I gotta do Tippecanoe and Tyler too. Nobody died somehow, and the man was arrested during this wild terror attack. This has been Towel News. I'm going to bed. I was already in bed, but I'm doing Tippecanoe and Tyler too for my friend Triple Bob. If you've ever watched this war coverage before, my name is Grant Smith Ellis. It's 11:23 p.m. Eastern Chaos time here in Boston. It's Saturday, April 25th, 2026. It's, what the hell is it? It's 5:23 a.m. in South Africa. It's 6:23 a.m. in Tel Aviv, Israel, and it's 6:53 a.m. in Tehran, Iran, where I am sure half of the world's governments did not get any sleep tonight. We like to end by reciting the president's apropos, though it may be. Yes, hello, Cosmine and Patty the Bell. You all sleep well. I'll be back with you tomorrow. And T.A. Sarah gave Bunny a lot of bonus points. That was great. Bunny and Kofi can use their bonus points to go on a cruise now. It's going to be great. So the first president was President Washington. Then there was President Adams. Then President Jefferson. Then President Madison. Then I skip forward to 8, which is Van Buren. Then I go forward to 13, which is Andrew Jackson. He was around during the bank wars of the 1830s. Then we jump forward to Tippecanoe and Tyler 2. So that's going to be Polk, Taylor, Pierce Buchanan, Lincoln, Johnson, Grant, Rutherford B. Hayes, Garfield, Chester A. Arthur, Cleveland, Harrison, Cleveland, McKinley, Teddy Roosevelt, William Howard Taft, Woodrow Wilson, Harding, Coolidge, Hoover, FDR, Truman, Eisenhower, Kennedy, Johnson, Nixon, Ford, Carter, Reagan, Bush 1, Clinton, Bush 2, Obama, Trump, Biden, Trump. How you like them apples? I'm trying to get it all into one breath, but it's really hard. That's not route memorization, by the way. I know something. Well, I know a lot of things about all of those presidents. I'm not memorizing them. I'm just truncating my knowledge of all of their presidencies into a list for you. I love it. Triple Bob loves it. Hashtag I'm a towel. Alright, so I also like to end by saying if you want to support this stream, this is a one-man news network. So if you liked this, you want to like feed me, there's a Cash App, # Grant Smith Ellis. There is the end is here, Eat at Joe's. I've never been to Not Your Average Joe's. I hope you have a great time. I think you're trolling a little bit, though. Bunny Towel Mom might have to get you out of here. But yeah, if you want to donate, if you want to support this stream, there's a Cash App, # Grant Smith Ellis. There's a Venmo at Grant E1. There's a PayPal, paypal.me/Grant Ellis. Trying to go day to day, you know, live, those kind of things. So God bless all of you that help Little Towel. I definitely will go with Triple Bob to Not Your Average Joe's for a hamburger. Hashtag save the hamburgers and the goats. Alright, if you learned something today during this chaotic stream, if you benefited from this stream, there's a way you can pay it forward. You can look for reasons to do small acts of kindness and small acts of service and compassion to those around you. You know, it's a little late. I really don't. I have no idea what that is. So it's a little late. I don't know if I have time to like get inside the mind of this person. So I'm just gonna leave it to Bunny Towel Mom to deal with. You don't want to mess with Kofi. He's a dog. Did you know we even? Hi, Francine. I'm gonna get your friend. Hold on. We have a channel mascot. He's Francine's friend. Oh, Francine. I don't know where he is. Francine. I think I put Pete Bunny Towel in the other room. Hold on. You know what? I'm gonna go get Pete Bunny Towel for Francine. Francine's friend is Pete Bunny Towel. I'm going to get him. Francine, just for you. Where are you, Pete Bunny Towel? All right. I got your friend, Francine. His name's Pete Bunny Towel. Did you like how I tricked you? It looked like I didn't get up when I really did, because I'm a genius. All right, Francine. This is Francine's friend. Now, you might be saying, sir, that is a stuffed Pete Bunny. Yes, it's Francine's friend, though. He's the channel mascot. He's a stuffed Pete Bunny Towel. Watch, Francine is just going to become absolutely elated. She loves Pete Bunny Towel. Pete Bunny Towel and her are dear friends. They say hello at the end of every stream. He's our channel mascot. We all love Pete Bunny Towel. There's even a Pete Bunny Towel emoji. Yep, sometimes Francine gets sad when we don't have Pete Bunny Towel, so I gave her an emoji. It's great. Yes, Bunny loves Pete Bunny towel. There's a Lego clip already. I am not surprised, Benny. We'll get to watch them tomorrow during our Sunday stream. Yes, everyone loves Pete Bunny towel. Hashtag say Pete Bunny towel. So yes, if you learned something during this stream, it was chaotic. If you woke up out of bed wondering if America was safe, nobody died. The man is in custody. He did pull a shotgun and a handgun and charge at the White House Correspondents Association dinner. You don't see that every day. He kind of did a Naruto run. I don't really know what to tell you about that. It was a little odd. So anyway, we got through it. No bombs dropped somehow. I'm not really sure how that happened. Iran's, I think, a little baffled by the whole thing. Then again, Iran probably puts up on their screens a man who holds a stuffed Pete Bunny towel and delivers news. So I don't know what to tell you about the state of the world. It's a little bit Kafkaesque, mixed in with a little 1984. Winston Smith would be a little bit baffled by all of this. You know what I'm saying? You could throw in a little bit of like Kurt Vonnegut, Slaughterhouse-Five. It kind of has a little bit of James Joyce's, Finnegan's Wake. We kind of just go in circles all the time. Like every day is just like a recursive historical circle. It's great. I've never seen so much happen so fast in so many days in a good way in terms of peace, because bombs haven't really been dropping. There was a lot of activity in Lebanon today. It's almost like there's a new geopolitical realignment happening. I'm just praying it leads to peace. There's been 11 days of what I would call chaos. We've lived a lot of years together over the past few months. I think time, it kind of stretches. It ebbs and flows based on the pace of activities. I have a theory that we consume so much information nowadays that our relationship to time is changing. We don't get bored because there's nothing. How would you get bored? You can just consume a fire hose of information about a given subject matter 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. You have the whole of human history and every piece of available human knowledge at your fingertips permanently accessible. Why are we wasting our time, frankly, with an outdated approach to structuring our lives? We could be so much more efficient. You could all be working 20-hour weeks if we just were more efficient in our effectuation of these various methodologies within the working environment. I have ideas. By the way, I think you should make me president. I've talked to some people in some places, and I've just decided that I think we should make me president. Do you know how much fun we would have as a country? If I were president every day, I would make Maggie Haberman read Hegel, and then I'd quiz her on Kant, or vice versa. I'm not really sure yet. Now she's going to read both, so I'm going to have to quiz her on something else. I'll quiz her on Rawls just to screw with her a little bit. Maybe if I'm really mad, or if I'm really upset that day, I'll quiz her on Wittgenstein. I'm going to take out my anger by befuddling Maggie Haberman about obscure philosophy. In any event, my point with all of this is that, one, I want to be president of the United States. Two, time tends to, I don't know if it speeds up or slows down, or if you just become completely disassociated, but when the pace of events just increases and you have access to the information in real time, I think our perception of time changes. I think the way we're measuring time probably is not very efficient for the digital world. So there's the fundamental tension or the alienation that people feel, more so than anything else, as we go through this transition to the digital age, which is basically just a shift from the age of Pisces to the age of Aquarius. I think we have to reconfigure time, because it's not appropriately measuring the way things are happening. It's useless, and it's inefficient, and it's slowing us down, and we don't need weeks. Why are we working with 5-day weeks and 7-day weeks? This is so dumb. We're being completely inefficient. Why are school years 9 months? We don't send the kids to farm. We're wasting time. They don't need to go to summer camp. We can reduce the amount of time that everyone's doing everything. I have plans. They're probably not exactly well structured, but my point is there's something to be said about trolling Maggie Haberman by making her read Hegel and Kant and then asking her questions about John Rawls and or Wittgenstein, depending on my mood that day. I'm hilarious. Anyway, that was a lot of fun. Claptrap, you're a big fan of the game Borderlands? I haven't played Borderlands in many years. It had good cell shading animation. You don't want to just my brain goes everywhere. You just say things, my brain will go. Professor Tao for president. Hashtag Tao for president. It'll be great. We'll have so much fun. Okay, so let me just tell you some of my plans if you elect me. Number one, I will return the White House to the state it was in October of 1963, including the pool. Don't tell them about the pool. It's going to be a great plan. Number 2, I'm going to appoint Clerk Margaret from the Norfolk Superior Court in Massachusetts as the Secretary of Commerce. Clerk Margaret does not know about this plan. I'm a little bit worried Kyle told her about the plan. Kyle, what are you doing? This has to be a surprise. Okay, now, you may be saying to yourself, why do you want to make this woman the Secretary of Commerce? Do you know her? Nope. I've only seen her work in a courthouse, and I think she's administratively efficient. And when she says, why do you want me to be the Secretary of Commerce? I'm going to say, because it can't get any worse than Howard Lutnick. She's going to laugh, and I'm going to be like, the president asked you, you have to do it now. It's going to be great. All right, I have all sorts of wonderful plans. On the policy front, what was I thinking about? Oh, yeah. So I think we're going to have to think a lot about various administrative agencies. We got to think about how to deal with the absence of Chevron deference. I really think Loper Bright v. Raimondo was a bit of a nut in the sort of wheel of the administrative state, which although I want to curtail, I want to really use it to ward off regulatory capture. And you can't ward off regulatory capture unless you have an erudite, cogent, and efficient administrative state. So anyway, I want to think a little bit about that too. That's a very niche subject matter sort of thing that I want to work on. I also, if I have my Office of the Legal Counsel draft executive orders, I have a plan. Now they're going to be working really hard. Every executive order that they draft, and I'm going to have a lot of them, they have to mock trial the whole thing. They have to write motion arguments. They have to think of every possible challenge. I want them writing court briefs challenging their own executive order. Then I want them to mock trial it. Then I want them to refine the executive order. We're not having any of this nonsense where somebody goes into some district court and because we wrote a line wrong, the law is going to be invalidated, and executive orders are basically laws. I got a plan. I'm going to make them do a mock trial for every executive order. I'm going to be rewrite it 47 times, game plan it out, tell me every potential constitutional challenge. In fact, tell me about the challenges that aren't even constitutional. What are people just going to make up to challenge this? Oh, I have plans. Then, for the press team, they have to work in shifts, okay? They have to be up 24 hours a day because there's news in every country all the time. I'm going to give them news networks. First of all, I need a list of all 197 countries, even the ones that the UN doesn't count as states, including Kosovo. All right, I need a list of all 197. Then I want an ordered list based on viewership. In quarter hours is fine, but I also want views across social media, amalgamated, not impressions, views, all right, across all their platforms, the major ones at least, TikTok, X, Facebook, Instagram, etc. I want them ranked. I'll take at minimum 3 papers and news stations per country, but for the big countries, I want 40. Now, I want the staff assigned to watch no less than 4 to 5 news channels and read no less than 4 to 5 papers during their shifts. Then, every hour while I'm awake, I want a briefing on everything that has happened in all 197 countries. Then, all right, when I'm sleeping, I want to be woken up with a truncated briefing about everything that has happened over the course of every hour in every country. We're going to have a great time. T.A. Sarah is going to be in the... Why did I throw Pete Bunny towel? T.A. Sarah is going to be in the administration. Also, I'm going to smoke cigars in the White House, and there's nothing anyone can do about it because I'm going to tell them you elected me to do it. It's going to be great. All right? And then I'm going to, when the press complains, I'm going to be like, okay, deal with it. It's going to be great. They're going to be like, all he does is walk around all day. He has these great ideas. He smokes a lot of cigars. And for some reason, he really likes this stuffed Pete Bunny that he makes us listen to. It's great. I'm going to put Pete Bunny in the Oval Office with me. He's going to sit there, forget the vice president. I'm putting Pete Bunny in charge. It's going to be great. He's going to sit there. The people are going to have to talk to him. Oh, I forgot to tell you. We're completely revamping the Office of Diplomatic Protocol. I've thought about this a lot. This is a great plan. Wait till you hear this plan. All right. So there's something called the Office of Diplomatic Protocol. Now, you might be saying to yourself, I didn't know any of these things existed. Well, yeah. Have you thought maybe if we elected someone president who knew what the president was responsible for, maybe it would be a little bit more fun? All right, so think about this. All right, the Office of Diplomatic Protocol. It's a little bit complicated. Basically, like he's the guy, or it's normally a guy. But it can be a woman. They're the office that gives out gifts and also stores all the gifts that presidents get. Now, states like to give other states gifts. You don't keep the gifts. You just put them in a lockup area somewhere in the White House. I don't need to know the particulars. I don't really care. My point is, we're going to have gifts that we give out. Now, I am getting rid of all the gifts. Whatever presidents have been giving out, screw it. We're getting rid of it. We're going to cut it. We're going to save from the budget. Now, this is where it gets really... Oh, yes, we'll be releasing all of the Epstein files. I haven't even got into the federal prosecutions that I want to have initiated and investigated. Oh, I have a lot of questions. But let me get back to the goat-based diplomacy. All right, we're going to... I spoiled the whole thing, damn it. All right, so instead of giving out gifts, I am going to put my friend Mimi and my friend Towel Mom Bunny. Mimi owns a baby goat named Ellie, okay? I'm going to put them in charge of the Office of Diplomatic Protocol. Towel girlfriend Nikki is also going to be involved in this. Now, here's what we're going to do. I am going to have goats. Instead of panda diplomacy, I'm going to do goat diplomacy. All right, whenever someone comes to see me, a plenipotentiary, a foreign head of state, some random people who, well, wait till I tell you about my plan to reintroduce the French notion of the levee. All right, when people come to visit me, I am going to give them a goat. Now, my friend Mimi is going to be in charge of we're going to turn President Trump's ballroom into a goat stable. Mimi is going to keep track of all the goats, all right? She has to brief me on the name of the goat, who the goat's parents were, where the goat grew up, does it have any kids, what does it like, carrots, lettuce, milk, what the hell? Just tell me about the goat, all right? Mimi has a very special job. She has to brief me on each goat that I give away. Then I go to the Sultan of Oman. We're sitting there, okay, Pete Bunny Towel's hanging out. And I'm like, the Sultan, thank you for coming all the way to Washington. Thank you for our meeting. I'll take into consideration your perspective on the BRICS, etc., etc. Now, just to get to important matters, I would like to give you a goat. And I'm going to be like, this is Charles. He comes from Arkansas. He is the pride of our nation. And you know the best part? They have to accept the gift. It's very rude to not accept the gift. Oh, this is going to be great. So now, Towel Girlfriend brought up a very good point. What if they don't want the goat? And what if they can't keep the goat alive? You know, what if they don't have a barn? I was like, all right, I have a backup plan. Mimi and T.A. Sarah, and Bunny Towel Mom, and Towel Girlfriend Nikki, who all will run this. We're going to have a stable of goats. You know, the ballroom. He's never finishing the ballroom. We're turning it into a goat stable. If someone doesn't want, say the Sultan of Oman doesn't want to bring the goat on his plane, he just says, all right, I want you to keep the goat here. All right, we put the goat in the stable. We put, the flag of Oman above the goat. And now we have an international hall of goats. Oh, this is going to be so great. Listen, I have another plan. I'm going to reintroduce the French notion of the levee. You all are going to love this. All right, ready for this? Oh, this is going to be great. All right, the Oval Office is round, okay, because of the French notion of the levee. Now, you might be saying to yourself, sir, Sir, you've convinced me. I am perfectly okay with you being president. This is going to be great. I know, but now I have to take it to the next level just so you'll understand what it's going to be like if you make me president. All day I'm going to be sitting there in the Oval Office. It's going to be great. This was just like 30 minutes. Imagine if you gave me 8 years. Oh, it would be great. It would be so much fun. Oh, we're also watching The Sandlot every 4th of July. This is non-negotiable. We will be watching The Sandlot. We're going to have a national tradition. Everybody, well, you already get the day off, but everybody has to go outside and have picnics, okay? You have to have picnics and do fireworks and play baseball and watch The Sandlot. It is mandatory. All right. The levee. All right, so the Oval Office is round to invoke the French notion of the levee. Now, the French notion of the levee is this idea where you would kind of go in and you'd meet the king and tell him about your problems. Now, we don't have a king, we have a president. So, from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m., every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I'm going to open the White House, and you, using a digital queuing system, can come spend 5 minutes with me at a time and tell me your problems. I'm going to make the cabinet stand around me, and if you're like, listen, I have an agricultural problem, I'm going to make the cabinet secretary tell me what to do, and then I'm going to be like, okay, this person like thinks there's too many cows like on their zone to be in their town. Go figure out whether they're like right or not, and then tell me how to fix it. I'm going to do it all day. It's going to be great. We're going to bring the presidency back to the people. They're going to be like, but sir, we can't possibly meet with American citizens all day and just take their complaints. Yes, we can. Oh, it's going to be great. No, I'm not meeting with any lobbyists. I'm not meeting with any rich people. Well, I guess if you win the lottery and you happen to be rich, that would be great. But yeah, my point is, no, we're just going to do it based on a random draw. I'm going to make Disney do the digital queuing system. It's going to be great. I'm going to be like, now, none of that like technical glitch era nonsense. I don't go to Disney, so I don't know what the hell goes on down there. But anyway, none of that technical glitch fast pass nonsense, whatever you doing nowadays. You just make the digital queue system for the towel notion of the levee work. All right? I got plans, ladies and gentlemen. Sphincter Knucklebuster, I'm on the fence about you. The vibe check is honestly you're a little subversive. Like, you can tell your people I say hello, but like, come on now. How many more people need to resign? How much more stuff needs to come out? Like, how many more lives need to be destroyed because certain people don't know how to, frankly, keep it in their pants? I mean, I'm just saying, like, don't buy prostitutes. Don't pimp out other humans. Don't work with the state police to cover it up. Don't murder people. I mean, that's a pretty good, life commandment. If you do murder people, try to be repentant. Like, don't cover it up to protect, like, some strange brothel ring run by cops. Ideally, like, don't, like, run online influence operations for, like, propaganda or private intel firms. Because, like, I'll call the government. I did call the government. I called the Congress. Rep Luna retweeted me. That was pretty epic. I called other parts of state government. I found out where your people work in which parts of state government so I could go above them to their bosses and complain. Not only did I do that, I probably went to some of the constitutional officers who take what I have to say very seriously, and I probably said a lot of things that led to a lot of reform very quickly. So please, show some respect for my authority and just bow in the presence of greatness for the love of God. I know you're trying to have some fun. Maybe you knock back a few glasses of wine, smoke some shards of crystal meth, whatever the hell you do down there. I'm not really sure. Norfolk County is weird as hell, bruh. Anyway, just, eat the L, just go on with your life. Like, I don't know, go report on some strange person from the Midwest who has some kind of mental disability so you can punch down on him. Anyway, my name's Grant Smith Ellis. I enjoyed T.A. Sarah was probably like, well, that took a hard turn. Yeah, I just got a bad vibe from that person, though. Like, I know a freaking rat when I see one. You know what I mean? And I don't like people who protect and cover up nefarious misconduct in the public sector. I'll just rain rhetorically precise hell down on them. My rhetorical syntactical predisposition is second to none. 70 million bonus points to T.A. Sarah for using towel emojis. How you like them apples? T.A. Sarah was taking notes. You're on the radar now. clandestine. Is that? Listen, Sphincter. I understand you have a little bit of a strange, like, sexual thing going on there, like, with your name. But, like, you know, I don't really want you talking about, like, touching other people's body parts with your tongue in the chat. This is, you know, I really like Jesus. And although I do cuss sometimes, like, I really would prefer you, like, not be gratuitously sexual about where you put your tongue. You can, like, put it where you want, frankly, but, like, keep that in the bedroom. Like, you can love whoever you want, as long as they are above, you know, the age of consent and they're not an animal. But you don't have to talk about it in chat. Like, that's a little disturbing. I think the towel moms are letting you do it because they think it's hilarious when I troll you. But, you know, I'm not trolling. You're trolling. I am Boxy. You see? You know what I mean? So, when did you find the internet for the first time? You spoke earlier. You kind of sounded like you were younger. You know, Eternal September type of person. You know, it's what gave you away. You got to up your game. You know, either be good or be good at it. Like, you're up against a monster intellectually, and I like flexing on people for the fun of it. I can read your vibe through the screen, too, so you're at a tactical disadvantage. Anyway, my name's Grant Smith Ellis. If you liked this stream today, if you enjoyed it, if you had fun, if you learned a bunch of things. No, you're not a rubber band man. I don't know if that was a typo or not. No, you're not a rubber band man. What I'd call you is a youngin'. You just need to spend more time on the internet. It'll come. I remember my first day on the internet. It's alright. Yeah! Oh, Nick, I'm so glad you enjoyed it. You know, I like Gargura as well. I wish she would sing more. I wish I could sing like her. Did you know I think Nikki, Towel Girlfriend, has a better voice than Gargura? I truly do. I also think that Nikki has quite possibly the best, most angelic voice of all time. Now that I think about it, I'm a very lucky man. Truly, she just makes my heart sing with radiant joy every single day. It's wonderful. Can't wait for you all to meet her. She's so great. Some of you already have met her. Standing Stones saw Nikki. Standing Stones is in an exclusive club. It only has one member. We video chatted with Nikki. It was great. Standing Stones gave me a painting. I had the day of my life. Bunny needs bonus points. Yes, Bunny can have 70,000 million bonus points. You have to convert that into a real number. And then Nick can also have 40 million bonus points for getting the Boxy reference. Yes. Oh, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. All right, I'm going to bed. Yeah, if you learned something today, if you benefited from this stream, consider paying it forward with a small act of service or kindness. If you're pleased that somehow nobody died in what was perhaps the most astonishing terrorist attack to hit American soil in 20 years, 10 years, there was no loss of life. Somehow. It was an astonishing, really brazen terror attack. But there were, you want to see it? It was a Naruto run. This is how we're going to end. Alright, if you benefited from this stream, if you learned something today, if you want to pay it forward, consider making a donation to support our service members or our homeless veterans or our their families today. There should not, here's the Naruto run. This dude literally Naruto ran like through the Secret Service. Look at the dude. He literally was like Naruto, whatever the hell it's called, ran. He's a crazy dude. I can't believe he did that. If you want to pay it forward, though, do consider a donation to our service members or our veterans or our homeless veterans today. There should not be one veteran homeless in the United States of America against their will. And if there is, we have failed as a country. Now, if they want to go live in the woods, we're not going to stop them. You know, they have survival skills, but not against their, they should not be homeless against their will, and you can help with a donation today. Now, what if you like animals, all right? Pete Bunny Towel's not an animal. He is fluffy, though. You may consider a donation to an animal shelter run by veterans or service members, or that helps our service members or veterans. Great way to help our furry friends, great way to help our veterans. You may consider, though, an animal donation to animal shelters in general if you are unable to find an animal shelter that is run by or that helps our service members or veterans. Now, if you're in the UK and you were listening tonight, you may consider a donation to The Big Issue. It's a great way to help populations experiencing homelessness in the UK. Oh, wow. Oh, he shot the Secret Service guy, and the Secret Service guy just kept going. What a boss. Oh, he shot the dude and he just keep going. He shot the Secret Service dude and just kept, the Secret Service dude was like, nah, I'm good, bro. And he just went after him. Oh, that dude's a hero. This dude right here. Did you see that? This dude took a bullet. Look, watch this dude. He's a hero. Look it. He took a bullet. Oh, that's incredible. I didn't notice it the first time. This dude takes a bullet point blank. Look it. He took the bullet point blank. He didn't even flinch. Oh, well, he flipped. Look how quick he reacted. He was like, bro, I'm good. He was just shot. He's like, I'm good. I'm ready. I'm ready. Oh, that's incredible. He was shot. He's a hero. He was shot and managed to draw his service weapon to take out the attacker in the same, frame. Oh, he's a hero. Oh, somebody find that man. He's a hero. Mr. President definitely knows that guy's a hero. Look at him. Where's the attacker? Where's he? Oh, look, he comes around the corner. He's up here. Ready? All right, watch him. He comes up here. All right, he needs to get through this guy. So he shoots him. Oh, but that guy's got a vest on. He lives. He draws. Look, he's already got his weapon out of his holster after being shot. The guy's not even out of frame. He pulls his weapon, and then he's like, oh, I got the guy. Oh, that's epic. That guy, well, first of all, even if you have a vest, to take a bullet, it will break a rib. He took a bullet really close range. If you have a vest on, it will shatter your ribs. Unless it's like a very small caliber handgun. That dude took a bullet directly to the chest from 3 feet away with a vest on. He probably shattered some of his ribs. The guy who got shot, he didn't even flinch. Within a second of taking that bullet in his vest, he was like, first of all, most people would fall over. You need to understand, you're not getting shot and then staying on your feet, even in a vest. Maybe if you were prepped for it, but it's like getting hit with a punch. It's more than a punch. It's enough force to break ribs easily, because think about what's happening. It's a bullet hitting a Kevlar. It's probably triple or quadruple plated. It's probably the best and highest rated vest on the market. You're taking a bullet. So what do you think the vest is doing? It's a bunch of clay and Kevlar and metal that's taking what would otherwise be a lethal amount of force and dissipating that force out over a flat plate. So you think what's happening is, think about it. It's hitting the plate. The plate's causing the bullet to break apart. That force equals mass times acceleration. And then matter is neither created or destroyed. That force has to go somewhere. And what it does is it does kind of push the force a little bit to the sides, depending on how high rated the vest is. But really what it's going to do is it's going to push a shock wave forward into you. And that shock wave is not a little prick, going to the doctor and getting a blood draw. It's a full-on punch to the gut by a professional boxer. So what you're seeing there is a guy, he had to have trained. I mean, I know they trained, but this is a very, you have to be shot in the chest point blank with the vest to be able to take that shot. Because otherwise you're going down. You're going to live, but you're going to fly backwards. He took it, he knew to. He bent his, he bends inwards. I mean, we have some good Secret Service agents. That's incredible. Any human being who was not a bionic Superman would have, even with a vest on, would go down. Nope, he would go down. That dude was in a lot of pain. He's probably in the hospital right now. He's alive, but I guarantee his rib is broken. Maybe 2 ribs. That bullet's traveling very, 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 very fast. All right. That was a weird way for us to break up the intro with the Naruto run as a Secret Service agent ends up being a hero. Literally a hero. He went from shot in the stomach to fire to taking out the assailant almost immediately. But yes, it doesn't have to be a donation. If you learned something today, if you benefited from this stream, you may consider smiling at someone on the street, reaching out to a friend or family member you haven't heard from in a while. Or yes, even giving away 200 tomato plants like Francis Futrell did one time and having them designated honorary towels forevermore. Yes, in that way, may we continue to change about the current realpolitik from one centered on preserving, expanding, and demonstrating our power, to instead one centered on preserving, expanding, and demonstrating our capacity to engage in small acts of service and kindness rooted in unconditional love. Therein, living up to our Tau Eudaimonia or Summum Bonum, our greatest good in the ancient Greek or Latin respectively, and in turn bringing about a new digital epic defined by Aquarius the water bearer standing tall and carrying a peat bunny towel. Despite the spike of adrenaline, which I'm sure is going to cause me to struggle to go back to bed, I am very pleased that no bombs dropped, that no one died, and that the assailant or terrorist was arrested. My name is Grant Smith Ellis. God bless and protect the United States of America. God bless and protect you all. And I'll see you later, I guess tomorrow still, because it's 11:58 p.m. on Sunday for more towel news. Until then, God bless you, my friends. Thank God that resulted in no deaths, apparently only injuries to the shooter, maybe the Secret Service agent who had a vest on. No bombs fell. The world is quiet, and the sun rises on the Middle East for yet another day. My name is Grant Smith Ellis, signing off from Boston on Towel News. Thank you again for welcoming me into your home, and continue to pray for peace, my dear friends. I will certainly do so as well. God bless you all. Good night.